Hello and welcome back to the video series on how to build your fursuit head. Make sure your glue gun is still warmed up so you can glue on the next pieces. These pieces will go on like this. Ignore the seam in the middle. You'll have this even on the store-bought one. It really doesn't matter if you glue over it and it folds slightly. Once it's glued on, you want to do a little bit of trimming. Once they are glued on, you see these little pieces here. You need to trim them just a little bit here. As much as you can. See these pieces here, they need to be glued together like that. Please be careful with this because you can burn yourself. So keep it squished together like that, as you can see. And keep it like that as the glue dries. It takes about a minute to 2 minutes to 3 minutes for the glue to dry or to harden again. You can see sometimes it can leak out, and that's how you can end up burning yourself, especially when it's super fresh. But once it's cooled a little bit, you can gently touch it with your finger and then you can't burn yourself. You may feel it a little warm. It's better than burning yourself. Of course, when you're first starting, you can end up burning yourself a lot more, but once you're getting used to the techniques, you can burn yourself less, but you can still end up burning yourself, so do be extra careful with the glue gun. I like to glue them down like that. These bits here, they can either be trimmed or they can be glued down at the edges like that. I personally like to glue them down at the edges because it's slightly a lot more cleaner than trimming it. Sometimes it can slightly come up, but then you just need to put a bit more glue on. Here I have a tool that you can use for gently holding it down. I believe it's called a glue gun spatula and it's made out of latex. There's one way to stop yourself from getting burnt. I barely use it. Another thing you can get to stop yourself from burning are these little latex finger protectors. They're also good for spreading the glue rather than using your bare hands. It can still like feel really hot, but you won't get blisters and such. Because they are an optional item and not everyone actually has them, so yeah. While you're waiting for something to dry, I normally like to go in and snip some things off while I'm holding down. Saves a little bit more time. Because you might not be able to see that because my arm's in the way holding this. You should have that all nicely smooth. Raining down like that. He looks very angry. You can always change that expression by carving away or adding things. I'll take away some things so the eyes look big and happy. I like to do nice big eyes on my fursuit. Sometimes I do slightly smaller ones. It is actually ideal to actually draw down the eye shape you want before actually drawing them onto the foam base. Make sure it's symmetrical, but I don't do that. I kind of know how to do it now. If you're starting out, I recommend you actually draw it onto some paper first, and then gently snip away where you want the eyes to go. If you're doing 3D eyes, you really do need to carve